Last night I got this comment on my advent calendar haul video, and it blew my mind. Why does the sign say Radiator Spring instead of Radiator Springs? And I was thinking, like, what sign? What sign would say that? There was no sign. Town of Radiator Spring. You had one job, Mattel! You had one job! Hello everybody, and welcome back to 25 Days of Suggestions 2023. Today we're going to be taking a look at Slider Petrolski, as suggested by Rev&Go number 73. Thank you so much for your suggestion, as always, and a big thank you to everyone who suggested cars this year. Just so you know, I've said this a few times on my channel now, but suggestions for 2023's 25 Days of Suggestions are closed, and have been closed for the past few days. Now, I just want to say that on a video since I'm still getting requests from people this year. Yeah, sorry, they're closed, but huge thank you to everyone who suggested cars, including, again, Rev&Go number 73, who suggested our boy Slider Petrolski here. Now, Slider's a car that I got back in 2020, and despite the fact that I've only had him for 3 years, this is now my third time reviewing him. I reviewed him when I got him, I reviewed him a second time when my friend Cars Ignite made him be his birthday request last year. Now I'm reviewing him for a third time, so seems like Slider is pretty popular. But before we take a look at this very cool pissing up racer, we do have to open up today in the advent calendar. So far we've gotten Lightning, the Radiator Springs Municipal Building. We've got 4 pieces of track. Yesterday, we got the very exciting dock, and it looks like today we'll be getting an accessory here. Door number 8. Ah! Oh, I was so excited for this. I know that sounds dumb. I know, okay? But I'm a very simple man, and I like things like this. Goofy, funny little things like this. Guys, this is a tool cart, and I know what you're thinking. Ty, we've seen tool carts a million, billion, gazillion times in the Cars Diecast line. Nothing is special about this, but you'd be wrong. You would be wrong. You see, here's the thing. If you'll excuse me for a minute, I gotta go and grab my Cars accessory bin so that I can prove you wrong. So, this is actually a newly molded piece for this year's advent calendar. We've seen toolboxes in past advent calendars, but they all reuse the mold from your typical 155 scale toolbox. You know, the toolboxes that we've seen all the time. You know, it's been in a few advent calendars in several capacities. This is the mold we usually get, including, and again, several advent calendars at this point. Of course, not the RPM one, but you get the point. But this year, they remolded it, making a brand new mold specifically to be more in scale with the mini racers. And I think that's so cool, and it's so weird that it took them so long to realize, hey, we've just been using 155 scale accessories this whole time. Why don't we make them in scale with the minis for once? And I just think that was such a great choice. And that's not the end of it, as this year the tires and oil cans have also been remolded to be in scale with the minis. So while this may just seem like a little cheap plastic tool cart, which don't get me wrong, it is, it's not even painted, I don't mind at all, because I love the fact that they put special attention this year in making everything more compatible with the minis, instead of giving us 155 scale accessories like they typically do. I think the concept of giving us 155 scale accessories is long outdated. It's something that nobody really complained about. We all just kind of accepted it because, yeah, it was Cars accessories. But the Mini Racers line has gone on for long enough and deserves some accessories of its own. We've gotten accessories from them in the past, and like those little tube sets in the past. I wonder if this tool cart was previously used in that. Maybe it's not a brand new mold. Maybe it came with that little plastic on the road tube set from last year. I don't know. Still very cool to see Mini Racers scale accessories this year. Anyway, enough excitement over a tool cart. You guys will never see me more excited over a tool cart. I'm sorry. Anyway, oh my gosh, I talked about that for almost 4 minutes. I just checked the time. I've been recording for 4 minutes. Okay. Well, no, I did the intro too. Anyway, Slider Petrolski here is, of course, the Sidewall Shine Racer, one of the Cars, one sponsors that did not return for Cars 3. And he's pretty unique with his yellow color scheme, a color we don't see all that often in the Cars series, especially when you get to Cars 3, where it seems the only yellow car is leakless, probably because they don't want to confuse you and make sure you can still see Cruise. It's something I feel like I don't hear a lot of people talk about. I've complained a lot about, especially next gens having samey colors, but when you get to Cars 3, like, there was only one other red car on the track, and that's the no-stall racer, and one other yellow car, and that's the leakless racer. The first movie had a few more of those, and I feel like it was deliberately done so that kids watching can make sure you could always see McQueen, even in wider shots. Anyway, he, of course, is the Sidewall Shine racer, number 74. We've got all these stripes on him, all the secondary sponsors. I really like the black and yellow stripe pattern. If only some sort of insect would also have that pattern. That would be so cool to see, right? Nitroade, the Piston Cup, all the other sponsors, Revolting Octane, Mood Springs, Vitaline, No Stall, Gas Bin, and Gaskets, and not in that order, I said them in the wrong order. Easy Idle, RPM, Little Turkey Pistons, Leakless, Retread, and Clutch Aid. I really like the black wheels there. Again, you know, black and yellow goes so well together, yellow with black stripes, and again, maybe it's just because we all know what bees look like the joke I made earlier, but still. It works really well. I love the fact that we get several different incarnations of the Sidewall Shine logo on this guy. We have it with the words here and here. We have them with both words on this side. And we have them with both words on this side on the other side. Now, the interesting thing with Slider is, we also have a different version where the both words are, you know, on the same level instead of one above the other. The interesting thing with Slider is he's a car that we actually see the back of in the movie. Lightning sort of famously winks into his back camera. Now, unfortunately, Slider and all the other Cars 1 Piston Cup racers are missing their back camera, something that was finally added to them in Cars 3. You know, it is unfortunate that they're missing, especially on Slider, where that is a significant part of the scene, but also strange about Slider is that he doesn't have these black stripes on him in the movie, I believe. I'm pretty sure in the movie his back is just blank yellow. So I assume this is a case of them going off of concept art instead of the final movie. Perhaps people weren't aware while designing this car that, you know, in the movie we do see his back, since it is hard to tell that that's Slider. But just an interesting bit of an inconsistency. Anyway, guys, there we have it. Slider Petrolski in a little plastic tool cart. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow for day 9. Bye now.